Hey there, my name is Ray Troll. Thanks for checking out this Kickstarter project for Spawn Till You Die, the Fin Art of Ray Troll. That's me. I hope you check it out just for the halibut.
Spawn, spawn, spawn till you die, baby. Spawn, spawn, spawn till you die. Spawn, spawn, spawn till you die, baby. Spawn, spawn, spawn till you die. Until you die.
Boom, there you go. Spawn till you die, baby. The fin art of Ray Troll. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. And as you see on the screen, my special guest, Ray Troll himself. Thank you so much for your time today, sir. I really appreciate you.
Thank you, Patrick. I love your name, man. Patrick Strange.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you have what's called an aptonym, appropriately named. And so do I. I'm a ray and troll. So ray is a type of stingray, right? And troll is a type of fishing. Plus, it's a troll. So anyways.
I love it. I love it. You know what? I just noticed that aspect about you, that your last name is Troll. You're an amazing artist, but your last name is Troll. I'm Strange. I love it. Yeah. We should be a tag team and a wrestling.
Strange Troll. I love it. Yeah. Hey, that's a good band name.
Yeah, that too. I love it. And I think I read everyone should be in a band.
Everybody should be in a band.
I love
it.
Well,
you're in a band?
Not yet. I used to, but
oh well. Okay.
I love it. Well, sir, shout out to Clover Press, who is helping you put out this book. I got wind of that through them. But they basically, for me, put a face to an artist who I've always appreciated. I've seen your work all over the place. I used to live in Seattle. I've got family in Washington State, as well as in Portland. I'm now in the Washington, D.C. area now, but lived up there for a long time, and just I would see your work, and now I have a name to that work, and just amazing stuff, sir. And
thanks, man.
I see this book from Clover Press, collecting your work. Now
that I'm a ripe old guy, going to be 70 years old here soon. It's hard to believe, but I've been 40 years on this island in the North Pacific. But before I migrated north, I used to live in Seattle, so I was out there in 77 before Seattle. I helped make Seattle cool, as did you. But I moved there in 77, and then in 83 I came up here. So it's been 40 years. But yeah, I've been inspired by the Northwest and just this amazing place called Alaska, and this fish culture and science, and I've been drawing pictures all my life. It's what I do. So it's cool to see that Clover Press is seen fit to combine it all in one thing, and they're doing this crazy new thing called a Kickstarter that we old boomers like, what's that? But it's going really well.
Well, I love it, and I'm thankful that we're going to have this. I can't wait to dig in once it's out there, because your work is just so inspiring. As a creative, I'm an actor, filmmaker, write, publish comic books. I've done it all, and it's through creatives like you that inspire that. So I know this is going to inspire a whole nother generation, Ray. And
I hope so.
It's amazing. And I'm honored to give you my thank yous to straight to you, because you've helped create a lot of interesting thoughts in my head that I've got to put into different things. And so, yeah, man, I'm curious, who was the inspirations for you? Because you have such an amazing style. I'm curious, what were some of your influences? Because, like, again, you're inspiring us, but what influenced the influencer?
Mad Magazine as a kid, Rat Fink, the Underground Comics. People often say R. Crumb, and Crumb is in there too, but they say I'm the R. Crumb of the Cretaceous. But also I'm an art history geek too. I'm a nature nerd, but and nerds do rule the world, by the way.
Thank you.
And I get passionate about a topic and I go deep, but I have a couple of art degrees and I love art history. So there's a lot of these artists from the Renaissance that maybe a lot of people don't know about. Peter Bruegel, Hieronymus Bosch, You maybe know some of his stuff, and then of course the surrealists and things like that. But yeah, a lot of comics growing up, and but also I was born with a crayon in my hand, it seems, and drawing was my childhood superpower, and dinosaurs are what inspired me. When I was like 4 years old, and here I am 65 years later, and I'm still drawing dinosaurs with crayons. And so I've either done something right or something terribly wrong. I don't know which one it is.
Well, us fans are thankful that you're doing what you're doing, because it's amazing. Clover Press, if we can go to, again, the Kickstarter is funded as of this recording. When everybody sees this, amazing. We're going to get this book. So happy. But let's get more going so we can get more content from Ray, y'all. I don't know if they approach you. We're getting this book. If we could just maybe talk some details about how this project came to be for the novice that maybe this is their first time finding out about Spawn Till You Die.
Yeah, well, Spawn Till You Die, it's a collection of my stuff. I've been doing art all my whole life, but most of the people, and if you see my stuff, Patrick, you probably saw it on a T-shirt walking by and you didn't realize it. Spawn Till You Die is one of my most famous T-shirts. It'll be my tombstone art. He spawned, he died. But it's shown up in all these crazy places. That's one of my T-shirts. It's just everywhere. I've got pictures of Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter wearing one of my Spawn Till You Die shirts. Motley Crue. It shows up in the films Superbad. It's been in Ugandan action films. It's just like it's been very good to me, and coincidentally, that's the first year that I successfully spawned, and we had a daughter. So in 1987. But yeah, my stuff is out there. I like to try to foster fascination for the natural world. I'm in awe of this world that we live in and all the incredible creatures that are on this planet and that have lived on this planet forever. Well, it seems like forever the planet is 4.567 billion years old, and been a lot of cool stuff happen on this planet. So if I foster a sense of awe or fascination with my art, then I've kind of done my job, because then if you are fascinated by a lump sucker or some weird prehistoric fish, then I've done my job, because then maybe you'll start to care about the world around you, and some of these creatures. So I'm doing my part. I don't know. And you're doing your part. We entertain, here we are now. Entertain us. Well, we're here to entertain and share our passion, and that's what you're doing, man.
Thank you, sir. Yes, man. You're just now talking to you, admiring your work for so long. You are just, you're living up to the idolization that, that we as nerds, with people that we admire. And so, man, I just love that spirit. Yeah. What do you, when people talk to you about, getting into the business, becoming an artist, you've taught, you have this amazing body of work. What are some of the things for those young artists that are watching this right now, that are maybe learning about you for the first time?
Well, I think art is it takes guts to take that path in your life, and a real passion. If you want to, survive in it, you got to have that passion in you. But to live the creative life it's risky, because there's not a lot of ads in the back of newspapers, wanted artist, or wanted creative person. You don't see a lot of those. But so it takes that, a combination of luck, passion, but also, when I talk to parents whose kids are going off to art school, and the kids are passionate about it. And I tell the young art students that, just look around you. Art is everywhere. Everything around you has been informed by art and an aesthetic choice of some sort. The color of this wall, the shape of this iPhone, this little toy I'm playing with. It's in books, it's in cinema, it's animated. So it's a path that you can take. You got to use your wits, but you got to be a shameless self-promoter too. It takes a bit of an ego to do this, but I don't like that word shame associated with self-promotion. I think it takes guts to do it,
Totally.
It's intimidating as hell to get up on a stage, and read a poem or sing a song. That's why I say be in a band, because it's a group of you together getting up on a stage, and with your creative spirits, and you try to create this atmosphere, and creativity can really, it's a connector, in the culture. And I think it's super important to have a rich and vibrant culture to make this life entertaining and engaging and fun.
Completely agree. Ray, you said it earlier, and I love that you said this, that, with your work, you talk about the world and you're the salmon, the just everything. And then hopefully that'll make people cognizant of our species, the beautiful planet that we live on. Right. Go outside, people, just all of that. Were you always wanting to put that into your work when it started, or did you have to build confidence in yourself and your work to then put it in? I would assume you were just drawing what you saw, like I was as a young artist, and just doing that, but like incorporating like some of these like elements to just get people to protect what we have in a way. I'm like you. So drawing was your childhood superpower too. So you drew all the time, and now you're doing music too, and acting. Yeah, all of that.
So that's all of what I do. And but I was just drawing because that's what I do. It's just kind of that's what I'm happy doing. I go to the studio and I'm just happy out there drawing pictures, and same thing as when I was a kid. But as my career and these t-shirts were taken off and I got a following, I was lucky enough to get a following. My stuff was resonating with people. It was kind of reflecting this world I was in. I wanted to go deeper into the subjects, and I follow. I geek out. I go way deep. If I see a fish, what the hell is that? I want to know about it. And I would contact the experts. And I began to find that I didn't intend to do this, but I became an accidental kind of science communicator. There is SciComm is what they call it, science communication. Okay. And SciComm. So I like to think that maybe sometimes I'm a comedian, so, but science education, I love turning people on to weird factoids that, maybe they're just not aware of at all. Or I try to just plow through all the BS and just get right down to the thing. You are an animal. You are a mammal. Where did that mammal come from? That mammal came from, kind of proto mammals that were kind of reptilian, and there were reptiles before that, and there were amphibians before that, and then we were fish before that, and we are descendants of fish. So you could think of yourself as a kind of a fish. Like what? Yeah, I could sit you down and walk you through it and get you to realize that. Most people can look at, prehistoric men, humanity, hominins as we are called, and get the relationship. When you look at an ape, you can see like, okay, that's where we come from, but it goes deeper, way deeper. And I like to kind of blow my audience's mind with some of that stuff that maybe you're just not paying attention in school, but evolution is incredible. Every species on this planet, I like to think of species as a verb, because we're all changing all the time. Ooh. It's never too late to mutate. I'm sorry, I'm geeking out here. So
no, I love it. I need to vote a straight podcast about that kind of type of subjects, because I'm super nerdy about that. Yeah, love it.
Well, I have a podcast too where we do that. So
let's promote that real quick. Can we throw some love to that?
It's called Paleo Nerds, and we have scientists on from around the world, and we dive into all these weird topics. But I do it with a comedian by the name of David Strassman. He's a ventriloquist, but he's well known in Australia and New Zealand. But we've done many episodes, and Paleo Nerds is on podcast platforms and website and all that good stuff. But it's a good way to communicate with people. And, I'm going to be tuning in the world of Patrick Strange in DC.
Thank you, sir. Well, I will add a link to Paleo Nerds, everybody, in the description below. So if you're watching this, I'll have it for you. Make sure you go there. Also, the link to the Kickstarter campaign, all the things for Ray Troll in the description. So please go do that. Awesome, Ray. I'm going to be subscribing to that and checking that out.
Please do.
I dig that. Another thing that I wanted to bring up in regards to like art and being creative, and to me, I live to create. That's I live, breathe like you, and I think we're very much the same kind of a creature in that respect. And we get the benefit of being paid for it, which is a blessing. So that way we can be able to do it more often than we'd like, as we'd like, right? But I'm curious your opinion in regards to, as artists, where we do have to do corporate gigs or stuff that, maybe take a sidetrack, or they just kind of get us because of our style in a way. I love that you became self-sufficient in like selling your own shirts and doing your thing with your work. But what is like your opinion, or what do you tell artists like myself as well, where we do our trade, we follow what we love, but like, we say we don't want to do it for the money, but you got to do it for the money.
You got to make a living.
You got to eat.
I say follow your dreams, but pay attention to the bottom line. You got the bottom line is there. We all got to eat. We got to, but if you can monetize your passion somehow without, feeling like you're really being, I don't take direction well at all, really.
Right.
Same. It's like you hire Ray Trolls, but if you hire Ray Troll, you get Ray Troll. And you can't, force creativity. It's got to be in its own world. Yes. But that said, if you've got a show to put on, an exhibit to put on, there's those deadlines. If your band is gonna play somewhere, you got to show up. You got to do the work. But I do the work. I stack up the hours in the studio, and then I follow my passion. But it's like, I'm not compromising if I do something that I know is popular, might be popular. Why not strive for the perfect pop song? That perfect pop song might, help subsidize your music habit. You're not selling out if you do it. But you got to pay the rent, and one way or the other. But not become a corporate shill. So. Yeah. But, the thing about being in a band, and actually if it really expands and you're working on mega movies, that kind of thing, you've got to work with a whole huge room full of people. And as an independent artist, you still got to fit into that. I've never experienced that so much other than my band, which is complicated enough, moving us around. And we play a little bit in the Northwest and down the West Coast. But working with a team, it's a different thing. But that's why if you're in a band, you really know about that creative back and forth, and you got, there's all the musical interest and the egos that you balance out and But yeah, I was lucky enough to have a line of T-shirts that basically help fund my book habit. I do these books, I do exhibits, I do museum exhibits and all kinds of stuff, but also I have a good life partner, my wife. She keeps me on that bottom line, So having kids, you got to feed the kids. I got 2 kids, 2 grown kids, Yeah. So it's not all about just your artistic indulgence. I'm going to go be an artist. I don't care if anybody ever sees my stuff. No, you got to have an audience,
Agreed. Definitely. Thank you, sir. Because I always try to get pro tips type of questions in there for my audience, because I think they'll benefit. They'll see from a great artist like yourself that we all go through it, and this is how you get past that. And so in that regards, let me get more pointed then, I guess. What do you do when you get hit that creative wall or that block? You have a band. I would assume having, like, for me, like you, I have a great significant other who will get my mind off things. It helps me bring back to center, and then I'm able to go again. What are some of your avenues to go across like blocks that you face as an artist?
I don't, I've got so many notebooks full of so many ideas. They're this stacked up, and there's not enough lifetimes to do them all. So I've never really hit the I don't go to the studio and stare at the empty paper. But I also, because I've got something I want to do. There's not enough time in my life to do all these things, but especially now at my age, it's like, oh man, I've only got X amount of years if I'm lucky. But that said, it'll come. I also need times, just downtime, and I don't have my own art in my own house. For instance, you got it behind you, but this is a friend of mine's painting a big, beautiful mural my friend Josephine Hockenhall painted. But if it's in my own house, I'm staring at it all the time and mentally working on it,
Yeah.
What I'm saying, I'm just looking at my stuff and like, that doesn't look right. You're just working on it. So, and if I see somebody wearing one of my t-shirts, I'll be into like, well, what is that? You're looking at it. But then my studio is out across the driveway. And when I leave the studio, I try to leave that all there and come in here and also travel, just have some times. But I never have worried that like, oh, that's all I got to say. Got nothing going on. No, I know you especially as you get older too, you just know there's times when it's just not going to happen. The passion. I've got a lot of ideas, but you got to have the energy to go out there and put the work in,
Gotcha.
So, but you just know that it'll come. And especially if you stack up, you've got all the notebooks or the sketchbooks, and I need a little recharge. I'll just go back and pick something out from 20 years ago and open the book and go, oh, that's a good one. I thumbnail out ideas and jump into it.
Awesome. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate that. Everybody, again, these are pro tips from Rachel right now. Check it out. Listen, we can all learn. If we're not learning, we're not getting anywhere. We should always be ever learning. Everybody, Spawn Till You Die, The Fin Art of Rachel is on Kickstarter right now. Please go support it. And all the other projects coming soon from Ray, which leads me to like my last question, Ray. We got this successfully funded as of this recording. There's only a few days left.
That's right.
Where are we going next? We're traveling with our band? How can people see you coming up soon? What's going on? What else we can talk about?
Oh, I got a few books in the works. I'm about to maybe do a big fossil map book of the entire United States, like a fossil map atlas.
Ooh.
That's kind of in the works, and it's with my paleontologist buddy, Kirk Johnson. Looks like that we're close to making that a deal, which you'll see. But yeah, I've got other books, ocean themed books coming out, and also writing new tunes with the band, and yeah, new shirts, just living the life, man, living the life, going down there and watching the salmon spawning in the stream right now. There's a lot of love action down there in the creek. It's amazing to see. There's millions of salmon jammed into the creek just down the hill from me, down.
Yeah.
Awesome. Way down there. Show you a little bit of Alaska. So
I love it.
So anyways, yeah, a lot of stuff happening, man. And I'm going to have to check out your stuff for sure.
I appreciate that, sir. Yeah.
Thank you for digging in a little bit of my history, and I will definitely check out what you're doing. And when I come to DC, we can hang out.
Of course. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Ray, just let me know when you're here. We'll be in touch.
I get out there often, so watch out.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna hold you to it, Ray. I'm gonna hold you to it. If
I have some friends at the Smithsonian, so all right, we'll hang.
So do I. Okay, we're gonna make that happen. Right. Rachel, everybody, Spawn Till You Die. The Fin Art of Rachel is on Kickstarter right now. I will have all of the links in the description below. His podcast, his art, everything. It'll be there. Go check him out. Give him all the love, all the follows. Get inspired like I am. Ray, this is truly a pleasure, man. Honestly, I thank you for the years of inspiration. You got me missing the Pacific Northwest right now, talking about salmon spawning. My daughter's never been up to the Pacific Northwest yet, so I want her to see all of those things. And man,
you got to see Alaska someday too.
Oh yeah,
you got to get up a little further north, far northern King County. Keep going, but and we got to seriously talk about this band, Strange Troll.
Of course. I'm with it, Ray. You're making my day, sir.
Okay.
Truly a pleasure talking to you, sir. You have a great rest of your night. Everybody, check out Spawn Till You Die, the fan art of Rachel. Again, all the links in the description. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. Rachel, y'all.